Now, I guess just for some context of previous situations that we've had to talk about, mainly involving the Jonte Porter gambling and the Kawhi Leonard Clippers stuff with aspiration and the fake tree planting and everything of that nature. If you want to go check those out, we have segments on both of them. If I can remember to link them down below, go check them out. If not, you can just search their name with the floor spacer and everything of that nature. Now, last week, total bombshell reports. We're going to start off with a tweet from Shams Charania that we're going to put on the screen right now, saying Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested early Thursday morning as part of an FBI sports betting gambling probe, sources tell ESPN. The Eastern District of New York and FBI Director Kash Patel will hold a press conference at 10 a.m. to announce the arrests and investigations, right? So we'll get to the press conference and everything like that afterwards. The craziest thing is they weren't done, because not even half an hour later, we get another tweet from Shams saying Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups has been arrested by the FBI for his alleged illegal gambling, sources tell ESPN. So that was essentially the start of everything. And, when stuff like this comes out, you don't know the information fully, where we thought Chauncey Billups was just, betting on games, everything of that nature. And then more reports come out saying that he was involved in illegal rigging poker games. Illegal. That's why, did I say legal by accident?
Illegal,
So yeah. So illegal rigged poker games that have ties to the mafia.
Wow.
So we got some pretty sketchy stuff going on here. And obviously we've known Terry Rozier's been in trouble for the past however many years. The NBA did its investigation and cleared him from that. I have thoughts on that, but I'll explain that later in the segment.
Yeah.
And, there was something from, I believe Legend of Winning had talked about this on his channel. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll put the link down below. In 2023, because Chauncey Billups also is tied into the gambling stuff, there was obviously they were tanking for Wemby, right? In that end of that season. And the Blazers were going to start tanking games. They were going to shut down Damian Lillard and try their best to win the lottery. Obviously, Chauncey Billups knew this and went and told his friends or whoever to, take the unders, bet on the Blazers losing, and then them and himself can make gobs of money. So regardless of the poker stuff, that's damning in and of itself. And obviously we know the Terry Rozier situation. It was one game for the Charlotte Hornets where one of his childhood friends said, if you leave the game early with an injury, if you fake an injury, I'll bet all the unders and I'm going to make you thousands of dollars.
Damn.
And, I saw highlights from that game. He literally was like, he wasn't limping. He pointed at his foot. He went back to the bench, sat there for about a quarter, and then went to the locker room at halftime. Yeah. So not a good look as far as that goes. But I think the Rozier stuff's been blown a little out of proportion because it's literally just one game.
Right.
But this whole situation is so it's so, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't think we've ever seen something this serious in a very long time in the NBA.
Yeah.
And during the press conference, I'm going to put this screenshot on the screen saying there are two separate indictments. The first involves 6 defendants accused of participating in a sports corruption scheme that exploited insider information involving NBA players and teams. The defendants leveraged their connections to place prop bets based on confidential insider information, winning tens of thousands of dollars per bet. And then it said the second indictment involves 31 defendants charged with participating in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. The FBI says they used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. Now, for those of you that are like, how on earth is this stuff possible? They used these X-ray tables where, because obviously for those of you that we have a younger audience on this channel for the most part. For those of you that don't play poker or can't play poker, obviously you want to hide your hand. So your cards are going to be face down and you'll peek at them to look. But obviously with an X-ray table, there's cameras underneath. They're going to see what hand you have. And if you have an impossible hand to lose to, you're going to go all in, win all the money, and you'll essentially be able to win loads of money.
Right.
Now, do you want me to keep going or should I give the floor to you guys first?
Keep going.
All right, because there is more from this tweet regarding Joe. I think his name is Joe Pompliano. This was mainly stuff from the FBI press conference. Obviously he started off by making the cases about, the mafia, and they arrested Damon Jones as well. He was a former NBA head assistant coach, I think, with LeBron. I think he was a shooting coach in Cleveland. Obviously, the charges are technically illegal gambling, wire fraud, and extortion, which are very serious charges. Jontay Porter was threatened to participate in the sports gambling scheme because of his gambling debts. So he's also somewhat tied into this. There were also, victims of these poker games that they were, robbed at gunpoint at some of these like events that the mafia or whoever was holding. And it's really like some serious stuff. Like one person lost almost $2 million from this nonsense. I think they made over $7 million from these poker games over the past, I think it was 2 or 3 years. So this has been a sort of years-long investigation that has gone through both eras of this new administration, FBI, to the old. And obviously now, with the season underway, they wanted to put on the show and, make things relevant now to what they are. So essentially that's the situation we are in right now. And obviously very, very serious situations, very serious charges. This is not something that should be taken lightly. And this is something that the league could find themselves in major hot water. Now, obviously, I'm not someone that reads through court documents and reads through research this much, right? I'm just a 25-year-old man that co-hosts a basketball podcast. I don't know enough about this. So if you want to go check out people that do have the full insight, we can put links down below. Go check them out. Go watch Lowe's video because it's very insightful. Go watch AM Hoop's video. It's very insightful. And also we'll preface that this is alleged. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law in the United States of America. So now I will turn the floor over to y'all because I'm very overwhelmed.
So are we, bro.
Yeah.
You just hit us with a whole bunch of information.
I basically gave you the brief summary. There's a lot more that I haven't gotten to that more will come to light as time goes on.
Yeah, exactly.
But what are your general thoughts on this situation? And just give me what you're thinking right now.
I mean, this drops the morning after opening tip-off. I'm just getting ready to go to work. And I see Shams tweeting about Terry Rozier. I'm like, all right, we kind of had knowledge of this.
Yeah.
I guess it's not surprising, but okay, we're going to talk about it on the pod. So I'm like, all right, Terry's arrested. Day after NBA, like, I knew we'd acknowledged NBA cleared him. Now this is going on. Like, NBA, what's going on with your protocols? Like, you guys are missing something clearly. Then I see the Chauncey tweet. I'm like, what on earth?
Yeah, that was insane.
And I thought it was connected to Terry Rozier, but then the reports come out with the poker. And I'm like, oh, wow. All right. Something completely different. And then to connect this, Damon Jones is connected to both of these schemes.
Yeah.
Is he?
So Damon Jones is kind of like, I guess, like their Swiss Army knife. They can get both information out from him because having knowledge to both of these situations.
Wow.
They could kind of use him as a pawn in like the court system to figure get to the bottom of this.
Right.
But that's a whole different story.
A little good cop, bad cop action.
Yeah. But
apparently so.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like they're using these NBA players as kind of like their spokesperson, their face of what they're doing. Because, I mean, think about it this way. If there was any sort of like opportunity for a poker game, you're going to be more inclined to do it if you're going to meet Chauncey Billups,
correct.
right? Like,
correct. Yeah, Chauncey.
That's a Hall of Famer, Finals MVP, current coach. It creates insight.
Hall of Famer, just inducted in last year. I love Chauncey. He was one of my favorite players on the Knicks. Growing up in Detroit, I mean, we knew he was on the Bad Boy Pistons, to Denver. Just a really, like, great player. Like, growing up, he was kind of, like, reminded you like a prototypical point guard. Comes to Blazers head coach, gets the Blazers out of somewhat of a purgatory, like, state last year. Tyler's praising the man this year going in. And so am I for what he's doing, just because we love the person of Chauncey Billups himself, not because of, the team. And this comes out and we're like, oh, great. Mm-hmm. And
just unexpected.
Yeah, just completely random name because, like, the names we knew about, we knew. Chauncey coming out of left field is literally, like, the most randomest thing you could ever think of. Yeah. And it's a coach nonetheless as well. forget a player.
Yeah.
But the NBA has a really serious issue on their hands right now. That's the consensus.
Do you think this is an NBA issue? Like, here's my thing. Let me just say my piece really quick. It's
Yeah, go
very
ahead.
short.
Go ahead.
My thing is, if you find something like this going on, right, chances are, if you look under the carpet, there's a whole lot more mess.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you
You
opened
get what
that
I'm
up.
saying? Like, there might be
Yeah.
crumbs on top or on the side, but you look under the carpet, it's a big mess under there.
I'm glad you opened that up because if I'm being honest, I have no knowledge of this, but I'm probably 99.9% sure this is happening. Every league is in on this stuff.
Every league.
Every sports league. You got to
so.
question every sports league with how these games are played.
Right.
Honestly.
So it's not just an NBA issue, it's a
No.
sports league issue?
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think every league is in on this.
Well, no, I think they're doing some form
Right. Well,
of
but I think
this.
with this specific situation, this is not an NBA issue. But I do think Adam Silver's created his own problem because, again, the FBI wanted to make the NBA look bad, so they called this an NBA scandal. The NBA had absolutely nothing to do with whatever BS was going on with those poker games and whatever was going on.
As far as we
with
know so far.
Terry Rozier, exactly.
Right.
Nothing was going on as far as that matter.
Oh, wait.
The red flag that I see is how they handled the Terry Rozier situation.
Who's they?
The NBA.
Yeah.
Because they did their own investigation on Terry Rozier when
Wow.
everything happened, and they cleared him. But they instinctively knew that the FBI and the federal government, whoever the DOJ, was investigating Terry Rozier because he wasn't federally cleared yet. Now, I want you to remember that. He wasn't federally cleared yet. Mm-hmm. This was when he was still in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. The Miami Heat had no knowledge of any of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they traded for him, and they didn't know what they were getting into. How do you feel if you're Pat Riley after Adam Silver just swept this under the rug?
Wow.
Because you were due for a brand new TV contract, $67 billion TV contract, or $77 billion. He wanted to make sure that they got every single cent from that deal.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is an NBA issue, but I think with the Terry Rozier
It's
situation,
an Adam Silver issue.
the ball was dropped. No, I just think because I think Terry Rozier is an isolated situation for the NBA.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's an Adam Silver issue because Adam Silver is the one responsible and he's the one that swept it under the rug, right? So wouldn't that be an Adam Silver thing? Like, why would you do that?
Well, because he wanted to get.
I'm questioning
He
him.
wanted to get the TV contract.
Yeah.
but
We don't know that.
But
It
this-
could also be because maybe there's other things going on. And he's just trying to hide it.
there could be, but I doubt it. But this whole thing is not an NBA problem. This is just singular people, whether it's Rozier or Jonte Porter or Damon Jones or whoever, Chauncey Billups. They're being used as the face of these illegal poker games, and you know, the NBA had no knowledge of this. They didn't even know about the arrests until it was reported.
They had knowledge of Rozier,
Well, they had knowledge of
Yeah.
Rozier's
what I'm
situation.
saying?
They didn't know about the arrests.
but they cleared him.
Right, they
When-
did.
Even though like they had their own investigation on him, and they found him to be not guilty.
And again,
Right?
that can be acceptable.
That's fishy.
But that can be acceptable in some forms because the NBA doesn't have all the jurisdiction that the FBI does. So things that the FBI will find, the NBA doesn't have access to, or the NBA won't know.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword.
I will say, going back to what I clarified it with that this is going on in all the sports, not the illegal poker games,
Just
the
gambling.
injuries and the gambling.
Yeah.
I think that's a whole other spectrum. The poker games, I think it's a singular incident with just Chauncey Billups and what he's doing with Gilbert Arenas got into trouble as well. I think we have the Guardians in baseball right now, kind of in a similar situation. We saw Calvin Ridley in the past in the NFL. The NBA put out a statement a few days ago, or if not a week ago, to all 30 teams saying that they're going to be, I guess in easier terminology, just closely monitoring the injury reports every day
It's good.
to see who's out, who's in,
Why are they
what's
out?
going on.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest issue. And the season has just started. We already have big players missing games. And I mean, it could be, yes, they're hurt. That's what we think. But again, you can't also say that some stuff is happening. And
Yeah.
I'm glad the NBA is cracking down on these injury
Yeah.
reports and making sure that this is actually legitimate because
Right.
we have,
Right.
example A, Terry Rozier.
I forgot to mention something with Terry Rozier.
Say.
When he left that game, DraftKings, FanDuel, all the major betting sites noticed those prop bets.
Yeah.
They told Adam Silver within hours, and they did nothing about it.
The NBA did not.
Wow.
Okay, so that makes it even worse.
Okay. Is DraftKings the main sponsor for NBA? And they're supposed to do that?
I actually don't know. Well, no, because if there's something illegal going on, something fishy, like who in their right mind, no disrespect to Terry Rozier, no,
That's true.
who's placing prop bets? If you're gonna place any prop bet on Terry Rozier taking his overs, who's betting his unders? Like that's fishy it's fishy in and of itself.
Yeah.
Prop bets should be on the best of the best.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's why when Jonte Porter's getting prop
Same
bets,
thing with Jonte Porter.
it's
Yeah.
like what are we doing?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because it's players that, okay, like when we're putting in prop bets for guys, we're looking at the top dogs all the time. We may throw in some high flyers, but they're random. And Tyler's saying, his friend that's dropping all the under bets consecutively within a certain amount of time, within like a few minutes or so, and big money, everything has a paper trail.
Yeah.
These guys at DraftKings in the fraud department are seeing this, and they got to relay the message on.
Yeah.
And they know what to look for because, people are betting on hundreds of things every day. And, it's obviously the popular lanes. When you see like a Jonte Porter pop up, a Terry Rozier, notable, but a lucrative amount of bets on Terry Rozier in a short amount of time,
Yeah.
you have it incentivized to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So overall, I think I agree with you, Anthony, where you said the Terry Rozier thing, that scandal, that is something that I think is happening on a much larger scale.
Yeah.
Within different sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, and other leagues as well.
We also
But the Chauncey Billups one, I think, is more of an individual thing. I
That's
think that was just
isolated incident.
more isolated.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
But
Yeah.
And who knows? It still
Well,
could be more,
There's
larger scale.
there's several NBA players involved with the poker games.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
obviously this is just the start. Obviously Chauncey has been the most at the forefront as far as like NBA personnel with Damon Jones.
Yeah.
But like, I can confidently say, because both of them are on leave right now,
Yep.
Billups and Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
Damon Jones is unemployed, so he's not with the team, but
Yeah.
expect both Chauncey and Terry Rozier, they're done. They're done. I mean,
Yeah.
Terry Rozier was making $26 million and made one stupid decision. And
That
now
honestly sucks.
he's not going to play again. He might go to jail. Chauncey Billups, you can't get dumber than that.
Yeah.
You seriously
Yeah.
can't. Like,
And it goes back to, I feel like the sentiment, it goes back to greed. And it also goes back to,
Who you surround yourself with, your friends.
not necessarily, it goes back to, it's not enough.
Yeah.
The money,
Greed,
they
yeah.
always want more.
Greed.
Millions, it's not enough.
Yeah.
We got to make more.
It's true. But also the friends as well, because Terry Rozier's friend is the one that,
Oh, of course, yeah.
proposed this idea to him. And Terry Rozier, like, that's my boy from my childhood, probably. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
So, like, be careful, like, for you younger guys, be careful who you surround yourself with. Like,
and like,
think about who your 5 closest friends are and be like, are they people that are pushing me in the right direction or not? That's key for you guys. So,
yeah. And like, Chauncey is an NBA 75 team guy, I think, pretty sure.
I don't know if he made it, but
Is
he's a
he?
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and like that's a leader of men in
Yeah.
the coaching room.
Yeah.
Like your coach is the leader of
Right,
men.
right.
Yeah.
Like you're at
Should
the
be
mold,
integrity.
and the Blazers are a young team with young guys.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And you want to mold them, and like, can you imagine what Han Sang-yang is thinking? Like, this doesn't happen in China.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Well, probably,
It
but
definitely does.
poor Han Sang-yang is just starting the season, and his coach is gone the second day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
look, sometimes
and everybody else too.
sometimes things like that happen. It's just,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. People make dumb decisions
Yeah.
and people hang around with the wrong crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, and I said this when we talked about Jonte Porter. What's going to happen when it's someone notable? Now, Terry Rozier is more notable than Jonte Porter, but Terry Rozier has been washed for the past 2 years, so he's basically Jonte Porter at this point. But Chauncey Billups, a sitting head coach in the NBA, a Finals MVP, an NBA champion, a Hall of Famer, what are they going to do? Are you going to sweep it under the rug? And
Who's they?
The NBA? Are you going
Well, they can't.
Well, let me finish. I was saying, are you going to sweep it under the rug, or are you going to get exposed by the government because they're going to be the ones to catch them in the act? Because we know gambling is something that's frowned upon in the NBA and stuff like that, but there's like actual federal felonies and stuff like that go into it. right? You're already doing like wire fraud and whatever bull BS extortion, and
Yeah.
it's pretty serious. And
Right.
I don't know the exact specific charges, but it would not shock me if it requires lengthy prison time. Now, granted,
Exactly.
Chauncey Billups is an NBA player with a ton of money and great lawyers. He's probably not going to go to jail. And even if he does, it probably will be for less than a decade.
Yeah.
But, there's serious charges that goes into this. And,
Yeah.
Situations like this is why I'm really upset with the fact of they're literally pushing all this gambling in our face.
Yeah.
All
Who's
this,
they?
every league.
FanDuel, DraftKings,
All that stuff.
BetMGM, everything on the broadcast has the live same game parlay in the game. The odds are going up. Every broadcaster announces it every single game.
We even saw on Get Up when they
everywhere.
talked about the breaking news of the arrests.
Yeah.
ESPN removed their ESPN bet from the bottom ticker because,
Yeah,
sports betting ever since it was legalized has become this world lucrative thing, but things are corrupt. It's starting to seep into the players.
It is.
100%.
It
And
is.
this was just days after the NCAA
good.
loosened their rules and allowed college athletes to bet on pro sports games,
Wow.
which is kind of scary because even guys like Cam Boozer probably is friends with NBA players. He could easily influence decisions. So that's not something that is good for the future.
Yeah.
And
It's not good.
yeah. I mean,
My
listen,
cousin's low-key addicted to gambling. It's not good.
it's a curse.
Bro just outed
not
him.
good.
Speaking of Cam Boozer, he looks phenomenal in preseason, and I hope his father gets into Carlos. Love him dearly. Ingrains into his kids' heads that you're a Duke guys. You got to figure this out. But again, I want to also bring up we have not mentioned another name, Malik Beasley.
Oh, well, they didn't arrest him.
Yeah, we don't know
He's-
what's going on with this.
As of right now, well, remember, he was cleared by the federal government, but that was as the main perpetrator. He's still not cleared in some cases where he
As
could
an
be
actor.
involved,
Yeah.
whether it's an accomplice or an associate or a conspirator, whatever. But we don't know what's going
we
on
don't
with
know
him.
with Malik
but
either.
to be honest, he could be found innocent tomorrow, and no NBA team will offer him a contract because they're scared.
That's the issue we have now. Yeah.
So
And I would hope that these players are not doing any of this what Terry's doing, and or
Oh,
did,
they are.
and even this what Chauncey did. Just please
I guarantee you, there's
You
more
know.
more players doing
Oh,
this.
there
They're just
is.
better at hiding it than
And-
others.
and I know watching ESPN and people talking about it that oh, this is just the beginning. More is gonna come out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Don't doubt it. It could be other notable names.
there's going to be more because
yeah.
the problem David Stern had back in the day when he was dealing with Michael Jordan and everything like that, there was no online gambling. There was no, you were physically going to places and
Gambling.
cashing and
Correct.
everything like that. Now you can wiretap someone from
Your phone.
damn freaking Marshall Islands.
Yeah.
And it could be from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what's really scary about it. So, obviously, you know what, Gio? We'll close the segment out. Give some advice for the young up-and-coming NBA players at home.
Yeah, I mean, don't get involved with gambling.
Or
It's a very slippery slope. It may seem attractive and you try it out, and it may seem fun because a lot of times when you first try it out, you win, and you get a rush when you win. It's oh shoot, I just won. I'm gonna win again and again and again. No,
it's a curse.
no, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it because
listen.
it's a slippery slope. Because once you get in, it's so hard to get out of it because you're I want to get that. It's like drugs.
It's
You
like-
want to
It is.
reach that
It
high
is.
again.
Or alcohol.
Or alcohol, any
could
type
be
of-
anything. Could
yeah.
even just be a game on your phone that
Literally.
you're playing every day.
Literally,
It's-
and you're gonna lose money. It's not good.
It's all about knowing when to pull out. Pause.
Oh, God, pause.
Um,
That's crazy.
to pull out of all that because you'll have some fantastic wins, but at the end of the day, the system is shown.
System's smarter than you.
No, the house always wins.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. That's the
the
one.
house always wins.
That's the motto of any casino. The house always wins. And if you walk out with a bunch of money, they're going to do everything they can to convince you to keep going so you can lose all your money.
100%.
So-
They do a good job at it.
Exactly. Sports gambling's different because obviously it comes down to, it is luck, but it comes down to your intuition of you think someone's going to get more rebounds
Right.
in a game. it's different whether you're playing blackjack or poker or anything of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're gonna tell you, listen, the high stakes poker table's right over there. You just won that million, go triple it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, you know,
Because like you
it's not
said,
that hard.
like you said, greed.
Yeah.
You could win $1 million right now, and if he tells you that you could win 3 million, it's going to be in your head, and you're going
Yep.
to want to go do
Yep.
that.
Yep.
So the instinct. I mean, for me, I don't really bet on games. I've maybe done it a handful of times, and by that I mean maybe like 6 or 7 different times. But you know,
Yeah, also, like, if you've ever really thought about how a casino is laid out, you can't use your phones first off, but there is always in your peripheral vision, like, a slot machine. There is no, like, empty space where you're not confronted by some form of gambling. So
It's like a
there-
maze
there-
too.
Yeah,
It's laid out as a maze,
So you don't get
you get lost.
Yeah, and you keep going around and around
Exactly.
and around, so you don't know where to leave.
You don't know where the exit
Yeah.
is, so
So-
it's a trap.
Yeah.
And and it works the same way with online gambling. It's a trap. Don't do it. It's not smart.
yeah.
So yeah, low key, my cousin Jared. Shout out to Jared. You my boy. But look, you got to stop gambling, bro.
It's all
Because he started small and he's still doing it. I'm like, bro, you got to stop. And he knows he has to stop. It's just hard to stop. It's literally drugs. Don't do it.
it's all in moderation.
Yeah.
All in moderation. You gotta be, if either don't do it, or if you're gonna do it because it's legal, you're allowed to do it. It's just responsibly.
Yeah.
We don't recommend.
I'm even this whole segment. I'm
mean-
gonna have a gamble responsibly on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
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 I just don't. I personally don't
Or
recommend.
keep the hotline open.
Just be smarter with your money.
Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
invest in gambling. How about you invest in something that's going to actually get you money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gambling, you can win here and there, but then at the end of the day, you're going to lose it too.
I feel like
So it's like a win-lose.
I feel like it's with anything you invest your money into. There's always risk and luck tied to it. Whether you're investing in a business or you're investing in Nikola Jokic recording 15 or more rebounds in a Tuesday night game against the Wizards.
Yeah, but you don't have control over that.
You don't have
certain things you do have control
Right,
over.
but there's certain things you don't have control even outside of gambling.
Yeah, gambling is not smart overall.
Exactly.
It's not a smart risk.
It's reckless endangerment. It's really
Yeah.
what it is. But, obviously we spent about half an hour yapping on this, but it's a pretty serious story. This might be the most serious story we've had yet in our show's history.
Yeah,
so,
one of.
yeah, and it's going to be evolving once, the court dates and sessions begin. And
Yeah,
we'll be updated on it, of course.
exactly.
Yeah.
So please gamble responsibly. Seek help if you have a gambling addiction. And obviously we'll keep tabs on the story when we get more updates.